my phone, it had filmed all it could then. I was explaining my feelings about this image and linking it into Jesus and religious icon. And what I was thinking was, like, the vagina, it's possible that it's held in high esteem and vilified at the same time. So it's adored and joked about, or, you know, it can be the subject of ridicule. So it's kind of like it's held in high esteem and crucified, almost in equal measures. So that struck me about that image. Now, originally it was called Religion, and I got a message off someone on MySpace, and he said, I couldn't talk about such a sacred place, so I changed the name based on that, and I thought sacred was a really good name for that image. So that's what that one's about. I said that I've started now responding to various comments, and I did have these on a set of cards with the image that I've given away. But here we go. Raggy Gash. My reaction to this was to laugh, and I'm sure it created a big response when people read it or read it, even if they didn't tell you what it was. And love the crossover into the digital realm and interactive aspects of the work. Yeah, okay, thanks for the intention with the cards was to bring the online commenting culture into the work, and through that the work is always evolving. I'm also interested in how we influence each other. With YouTube, sometimes a series of negative comments are seen, and then someone will change this by responding with something positive. With the cards, we do not know the order of the comments, and it is possible to respond to comments and my images. I didn't get a response to the online advert asking for people to chant "She had a raggy gash" as I filmed them. It made me smile too. Okay. Then running a marathon with a raggy gash is quite an achievement. That was somebody's comment. Okay. This comment reminds me of a trailer for the David Cronenberg film Crash. Something was mentioned about sex or penetration with an open wound. It turned out to be someone rubbing themselves on a scar. I thought that was pretty misleading. Okay. Vibrator, and that's that image there. When I discovered masturbation, I discovered myself. Thanks for this comment. It's really striking. Are we all independent and self-sufficient? Isn't masturbation a part of sex? So, this is really interesting as well. Somebody's put, isn't it odd how most women are in favour of vibrators, detached representations of only the genitals, the penis as object, but most would also condemn the men who may use love dolls, a representation of a person with facial features, etc., which is more human or humane. I find the names alone interesting. Vibrator, love doll. One merely describes the action of sex, the other the emotion of sex. Okay, and this is my response. Interesting response, thank you. A lot of the subjects in my work are about the marketing machinery in society. Are desires created in humans just to create markets and for products to be sold? I suspect so. Your mention of the names Vibrator and Love Doll are interesting. Is love being taken out of the sexual act through the removal of a person and the replacement of a vibrator, brackets, assuming the vibrator is being used when someone is alone, brackets? If a man is with a love doll, is he with a doll that he loves, question mark? Is this bringing emotion into a sexual act between a man and a sex toy and removing emotion from a sexual act with a woman and a vibrator, question mark? Is this separating men and women, question mark? Are both sexes being oppressed or freed up? Question mark. Are we being sold something that brings us together or separates us? Question mark. My work poses questions, not provides answers. Just a starter for 10. Okay. So, email spam. Somebody wrote, I'd rather be called a cunt than a pussy. I've wondered, this is my response, I've wondered what type of woman has a cunt, what type of woman has a pussy, and who has a fanny, etc. Who wears knickers, who wears pants, and who wears panties. I can't stand the words pussy and panties. I think they dollify women. It reminds me of a conversation about how newspapers have reported about women who have been raped and their panties being found nearby. What images does this conjure up? And these are just questions. Okay, so I may do survey cards about that. Okay, porn broken down. Is the title Porn Broken Down in relation to debates surrounding the use of vaginoplasty surgery within the porn industry? If not, where are you making the connection between genital mutilation and the porn industry? So my answer there is I read the word mutilation and thought about extreme violence such as smashing a bottle into a woman's fanny in pornographic films. I imagine that this could be out there, as we do have snuff films. If this is so, society really has broken down, hence the broken bottle title, porn and sex references. I spoke to a woman who had campaigned against porn. She told me that groups of people had cried when shown some porn films. This must have been pretty extreme stuff. I would like to meet that woman again and discuss how she made me feel. I told her that she made me feel that my work is trivial when compared to campaigning. She said it wasn't because it raises issues. Alright. 15 grand, a mere snip. Have you thought about how this sort of surgery may not help women achieve sexual pleasure when otherwise wouldn't? Good point. And if surgery is carried out in order to achieve sexual pleasure, nice one. As the Irish would say, fair fucks. I'm interested in a society or marketing people creating a market for genital reconstruction. Would such thoughts have occurred to anyone without the idea being presented to us? Is insecurity created in people that otherwise would not have existed? And do women want their labia trimmed in order to be what they believe men want? Do men care? And are men presented with images through porn and then desire created when they could be looking at something that has been changed surgically? These are just questions. If a woman wants to have genital reconstruction, that's a personal choice. If a woman wants genital reconstruction because she's been made to feel unattractive because of the media, that's not a fair fuck at all. The pornographers, marketers, plastic surgeons are fucking with us. Okay. Design a vagina. Why oh why she can't see it, and discussed already. Nice response, thanks. Okay. That I won't go through it all, but I'm starting to respond to people, so alright. And that's it really at the moment, and I've just got a survey card that I've created based on a bit of a discussion with someone. So okay, the work's growing, so I'm always looking for new places to show it, so if anyone is interested, just get in touch with me. Thanks.